What's going on, everybody? Roasted beans and tires. I'm here with another video. We're doing something different today. Normally I'm buying side-by-sides or ATVs or whatever. Today we are buying a street legal golf cart, a Bintelli Gen 2 Nexus 2026. We're down here at Hector's Power Sports in Jamestown, New York, where they have these babies all ready to go. They got the Nexuses and they have the Beyonds, two different models. I can give an explanation of what those are, but I already have one. I have a 2024 Nexus 4-seater. I'm buying a 6-seater. Let's do a review of what's better about the 2026 and what you can get between the Nexus or the Beyond. Come down to Hector's Power Sports in Jamestown, New York. Look for yours. Roasted beans and tires. Let's have a good day. Stay safe on the roads, especially if you're in a golf cart. So you can see, starting at the front, this is New York State legal because it has a full glass windshield. It does not fold, and in New York State it can't fold. And as you can see, it's got turn signals, so those are required. The Nexus is going to get you a little bit more of a premium leather seat than the Beyond, but the Beyond is still comfortable if you do get it. The 2026 does have a push button start versus a key start like my 2024 did. And the parking brake is in the middle instead of on the next to the brake, which actually that's different on the Beyond from the Nexus. And actually I think the Beyond is a little better there. But up here is your biggest difference when you get the Nexus. With the Nexus, you get front and back fans. So it's kind of like air conditioning. And I can tell you, honestly, it's a huge difference. As you can see, there are speakers here in the roof and there are speakers up front. That's a big difference between the Nexus and the Beyond. So back here, you're going to see it's a 6-seater. So the back seat does fold down. So you have storage, and you can pop this up and you have a storage bin, and that actually pops out more. So it goes deeper. So you can lay things in the back. I brought my son's hockey bag back there the other day. So you have 2 seats in the back, 2 seats front facing, and then obviously your 2 front seats. The Nexus and the Beyond both come with the same screen, and they both have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So it is nice. It's a great way to connect. The biggest difference you're going to get with the Nexus versus the Beyond is, as you can see here, you get some neon lights inside the cup holders. You get neon in the speakers. You get, obviously, again, the fans that are blowing that acts like an AC, and you can tilt them up and down. That, to me, is the biggest feature of a Nexus that I would choose it over the Beyond for, but it's not a huge deal. A center light there. You also get neons underneath the car itself, but as you can see, versus 2024, this has Apple CarPlay now, and it's awesome. But as you can see, front fans you can turn on and off. Rear logo you can turn on and off. That you will not get with the Beyond. Ambient lighting, roof and dash lights, underglow. You can change the patterns, the colors. Again, that's what you get with the Nexus, not with the Beyond. Honestly, not a huge factor for me. I could really care less about that, but if you're into that, that's your thing. Again, Bintelli Play. So you have full Apple CarPlay here, which is awesome. A huge difference for me versus 2024. You can change the settings a little bit, your display settings and how you want it to look, which again, the Beyond has this as well. You just don't get the actual neon LED lighting. Here's your screen. It shows you your miles, all of your stuff coming up. The only thing I did find out is it says unknown song there, where it's playing. It doesn't update with what you're playing on your phone, so that's kind of weird. But as you can see here, it won't update, so you have to kind of just go under the actual CarPlay feature and do everything, but that's not really a huge deal. Having CarPlay is a huge factor because in my 2024 it did not, and it was really hard and annoying to connect. And the sound quality on this is way better in the 26 than it is in the 24. As you can see here, the front, reverse, and neutral is all a little button right there. It's not in the middle of the seat like the 2024s were. So here's a 2026 Beyond, again, street legal in New York. And as you can see, again, the seats are a little bit less leather quality, but not a big issue. Still good leather, still comfortable. But here's your biggest difference, again, the roof. So no fans, no LEDs, and no speakers. It does come with a Kemimoto speaker in the back. It's a speaker bar. Again, it works good. It's not as good, I think, as the Nexus, but it still works well. As you can see here, there are some features I will tell you I like better in the Beyond. One, there are speakers there. They're really quiet, but they're there. As you can see here in the cup holders, there are no LEDs in there. So you're not going to get some of those, fancier things. But again, your roof is your biggest thing. No air conditioning, nothing like that. The seats are still very comfortable. Just a little bit different leather than the Nexus. But honestly, to me, it's all very nice. They did a great job with this. Again, the same format as mine. That seat does pop up and you still have storage in the back. And then you have your speaker. This, to me, is the biggest difference with the Beyond. It has steering wheel controls, which the Nexus does not. And to me, that's a huge difference. And to me, the biggest difference with the 2024 and 2026 is that these steering wheels now are telescopic, so you can push them down and up, and it gives you a little more room, especially for us bigger guys. We need a little more room, and I really like it. So that comes on the Beyond and the Nexus. And the armrest on the Beyond and the Nexus both come up. And finally, on this Beyond, there is no parking brake. So you actually just stop and it's automatic. One thing I didn't add, a big difference between the 24 and the 26 Bintellis, is there is now power steering. I'll tell you, it's a lot better. It's a lot easier to turn than it was with the 26. Than it was with the 24. A lot easier to turn that way. I think if you have an old Bintelli, it is actually worth the upgrades for some of the stuff they did do. When it comes to speakers, when it comes to stuff like that, there's a really weird static noise with the speakers in the 24s. They fixed that problem. They have power steering. The telescoping steering wheel is huge to me. Honestly, it's funny because I bought the Nexus because they ended up giving me a really good deal on it. I think the Nexuses sell for about $17,000, and the Beyond sell for that $12,000 to $13,000 range. So the Beyond is actually a really good deal, and there's some really cool features in the Beyond that the Nexus doesn't have. The steering wheel feature, the buttons for the volume control and stuff, awesome. And then honestly, the no parking brake is really cool. I'm not sure how it works. I haven't tried it. I would assume it works well. But like when you're on a hill and stuff like that. I honestly really think the Beyond's a great value for what you can get. Seats are comfortable. To me, the biggest difference is the fans, and I really enjoy having the fans. My kids enjoy having the fans, especially when it's hot like it is right now. We're able to use the fans. So if you're looking for a street legal golf cart in New York, Hector's Power Sports down in Jamestown, New York, they have Bintellis down there, and I think they're really one of the best brands you can get. New York State's really finicky on what can be on the street and what can't be on the street, so make sure you get the right one. Roasted Beans and Tires, Bintelli, Hector's Power Sports. I hope this video helped you if you're looking at street legal golf carts, but if you aren't, you should be, and if you are, check out Hector's down in Jamestown, New York. Have a great day, everybody. Motherfucking design all right now.